So, we've got another fantastic guest here at the Clinton Global Initiatives event taking place in New York City as part of Climate Week NYC. Please tell us, who are you and where are you from?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. My name is Carrión, and I am the Chief Development Officer at Naturaleza, the Puerto Rico Conservation Trust. We're a nonprofit organization for environmental conservation and historic preservation in Puerto Rico. And very briefly, we manage around 38,000 acres of land in Puerto Rico. We have 72 different natural protected areas. And right now we're dealing with Hurricane Fiona, so a difficult day for us today.
I'll come
happy
back to
be
that.
Here.
Yeah, I'll come back to the hurricane in a second. So everyone that's coming here to the Clinton, to the global initiatives, is making some kind of commitment. So what's the commitment you're making here?
So today we're making a commitment. It's a joint commitment with Instituto Nueva Escuela, which is the nonprofit that manages 27 Montessori public schools in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
So Para Naturaleza and INE, that's and the acronym INE, they're coming together in order to provide a program called Sembrando Regresamos, which is planting, we return. And it's to create environmental curriculums in these public schools, to set up different projects in these public schools. Every single one of these schools right now has a person that's in charge of the program, and they're looking to work with the kids and really integrate into their curriculum the environmental parts. The commitment specifically, we have 20 schools right now that are part of the program, so our commitment is to bring it up to 50, and I can give you more details about the program if you would like.
It's very interesting because with another organization called Earth Day, last year I was helping them with a campaign in the run-up to the UN climate conference, which took place in Glasgow in Scotland, to try and persuade all the governments to actually incorporate climate and environmental education into their curricula worldwide, because there's only one country in the whole world that's actually incorporated climate and environmental education, woven it across the curricula, and that's Italy. And interestingly enough, the governments in 1992 at the Rio Earth Summit, when they created the Climate Change Treaty and the Biodiversity Treaty and the Land Degradation Treaty, promised under the Climate Change Treaty that they would indeed do this, incorporate climate education across all curricula in all parts of the world. And it's still very patchy. So I think that's a really good thing that you're doing in Puerto Rico, and that should be a model for the rest of the United States, quite frankly.
Definitely. I really hope so. I mean, we're starting baby steps. We started with this right after Maria, a program that we set up at that time thanks to the National Recreation Foundation. Was a pilot. And from that, it's grown into this new program. And we have a lot of hopes. We think it's critical to promote that connection for youth and children with nature, that create that bond, so there is a consistent and a healthy relationship with nature among youth. And, you know, they will be able to, just one person that we, in fact, as you very well know, that we're talking about it earlier, is going to be able to propagate, to really take that message to many, many others. So it multiplies, the effect multiplies.
Exactly. Climate change. So some people we hear about anxiety growing around the world about climate change, but we also see a huge amount of creativity going on in terms of new ideas and I don't know, from plant-based foods to the electrification of transportation and some incredible things going on. Are you optimistic that we can solve climate change?
Yes, I am optimistic. I mean, it's hard. I think, I believe it's a solvable issue, but we would need to definitely include youth and children from an early age, and that's exactly what we're doing. I think if we do that, if we're successful with really being able to have children that are environmentally aware, that are aware of the importance of protecting our environment, then I think it is something that we can address successfully, hopefully. So.
Yeah, because it's their future.
Yeah.
And they can't be, I mean, if it's the most important thing for their future, they can't be educated in ignorance of
Exactly.
actually what is going on and what you can do about it.
Yeah.
Just briefly tell me about the hurricane that's hitting your country at the moment.
So we honestly, I think we're not fully expecting that this storm that now turned into a hurricane was going to hit us this hard. This week, it's 5 years since Hurricane Maria. And right now, what's happening is that the hurricane has not been as strong with regards to the impact on, trees coming down and all of that, but there's a lot of rain. I just read that we've gotten 30 inches of rain
Wow.
so far, and we have another day and a half to go. So we're assessing damages at this point, and we'll have more information, but yeah, a lot of disaster. It's been devastating so far. I am hopeful, though, that some of the measures that we did put in place after Hurricane Maria, with regards to community centers, getting solar systems in place and getting water catchment systems, that is going to help this time around. And so, praying for my country.
Absolutely, and yeah, when we look around at extreme weather events and the way they continue to grow all around the world,
Yes.
if somebody was in doubt that climate change was happening, then surely by now they'll have realized that actually it is, and we need to do something about it. Yeah.
Definitely.
So we don't have time. We like to, on our little platform, it's actually not so little these days, we engage people and they engage themselves on climate warnings for people who are doing the wrong thing. We once had somebody issue a climate warning to the president of Brazil, for example, President Bolsonaro, about his use of pesticides. And so many people came in on this pesticide use in the Amazon that actually we got back a response from the president who said that this was a bit unfair because they're only the third worst user of pesticides in the world. So that's on the warning side. But we also give climate love to people who we think are doing a really good job. And so I'm going to have to give you that's our little symbol for climate love.
Very nice. Love it.
So is there some body or some organization that you would like to give climate love to?
Well, I will say that I would definitely like to give climate love to the Instituto Nueva Escuela, who's our partner, and who couldn't be here with me today at this interview because they're actually in Puerto Rico dealing with the hurricane.
Right.
I do want to also give climate love to the people that have supported this program from the beginning: National Recreation Foundation, Fundación Colibrí, Plaza del Caribe, which are some of the organizations in Puerto Rico that are helping us. And I'll give climate love to President Biden for some of the legislation he's put forward that I'm hoping that it's going to be helping us out with regards to this climate crisis.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Well, look, thank you very much. And I really hope that the hurricane indeed recedes very quickly right now and goes away and never comes back ever again.
I hope so. Thanks to you for the time. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.